Hey, we are talking about the top 2 people that you need to get in your corner so that you can achieve any goal you set. And they may not be who you think. So I'm really excited that you're here. We're going to do a quick little talk on this today. We haven't met before. My name is Tanessa Shears. I'm a weight loss coach for women. I help women turn their lives upside down and change all of the habits with strategies, tools, and tricks that help you lose weight permanently. I mean, are you tired of falling off the wagon all the time? Yes, well, there is a way around it. So the whole point of these videos is to help you gain the tools and strategies so that you can lose weight permanently. All right, so we are here talking about this today, and the reason I jumped on here to talk about this today is because of a little something called synchronicity. That means when it's like a coincidence in which you experience something a couple times in a row and it's starting to kind of come together as a sign. So for example, you go out and buy a new car and then all of a sudden you see a commercial for that car. And then all of these things keep showing up in your life. Maybe you see that car parked in front of your house as well. And it's the universe's way of kind of having everything show up for you. And basically what happened is Monday morning, I sent out an email broadcast about this exact topic. And I had 2 conversations that same day about that same topic. And I just felt like this was such one of those coincidences that I needed to jump on here and share it with you. And I know not all of you get my weekly newsletters. And if you don't, make sure you leave me a comment below right now, because I will get you on that mailing list, and that comes out every Monday. It's just tips and tricks from my heart to yours on how to help you get a healthier life. But I'm going to talk about what I taught there. So I had a client, and we were working together last night, and she said to me, Tanessa, do you think it's possible for me to lose, get to this weight by this day coming up in the near future? And what we do is we were sort of looking at, well, what has your average weight loss per week been so far, and is it realistic for you to get there? And at the end of the day, I looked at her, and we kind of came up with an answer, and I said, you know what, I don't want to say yes or no you can get there, because that'll directly influence the belief you have about whether or not you can achieve that. Am I right? You know what I'm saying? So what I said to her instead is, you know what, I want you to put in the effort that you think will be required to get there. I mean, you know exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You know whether the choices you're making are leading you toward your goal of weight loss or not, right? It's pretty straightforward. And so then I talked to her about this concept of these 2 people that you need to have discussions with every time you make any goal. First person up is you need to discuss your plans with your future self. That is the you that is in the moment making those decisions. And I specifically apply this concept to what I call exception plans. And the thing is about life is when you get to your goal and you're ready to maintain, you need to learn how to maintain your healthy weight but still enjoy your life. So that is where exception plans come in. They teach you how to incorporate exceptions to the normal way you eat. So for example, if you have a big wedding coming up or it's a special occasion, you want to go out for dinner, these are exceptions where we may be eating off of our food lists and, our protocols that we develop, okay? So when you're creating your exception plan, or you're coming up against, a weekend where you might be influenced to eat off of your normal healthy lifestyle, I want you to have a discussion with the you that is going to be in that moment. So here's what that looks like. All right, we know that we have a wedding this weekend, and I know that there's going to be an opportunity to drink and to eat excessively. So let's decide now together what decision you will make in that moment. Does that make sense? So for example, this weekend at the wedding, we, me and future self, are going to decide that we will have 2 glasses of wine and 1 small slice of cake after dessert, because it's a wedding and we want to enjoy ourselves. But you have planned that now. You have decided it, and the decision is closed. So when future you is in that moment and you're done your 2 drinks, I've already decided that 2 is my cutoff. It is not something we have to negotiate about again. Then When it comes to having your slice of cake, you know you're not going to have a quarter of the cake. You're going to have your tiny slice you agreed to. Your future self already knows what decisions to make because you decided on it together. So that is the person number one you need to discuss exceptions and all of your goals with. How are you going to act in those moments where you have the opportunity to fall off track, okay? Then, the second the second person I want you to have that really good relationship with and have in your corner is your future self. I know. Are you scratching your head yet? Don't worry, we're going to make this super clear. Your future self is the you that is going to wake up the morning after that wedding and be dealing with the positive or negative consequences of your decision. I'm going to say that again. Your future self is the you that is going to wake up after, the morning after the decision you made, and is going to be dealing with the consequences. So for example, you in future, you decide we're going to have 2 drinks and a small slice of cake, okay? You decide in that moment. Then future you is going to be the one, if you stick to that plan and you wake up the next morning, you are going to feel really good about your decision. You are going to feel, okay, I anticipated the consequences. Maybe I'm not springing out of bed in the morning. You're fully aware of all the consequences. However, if you choose to go way past your 2-drink limit that you set and you're 6 or 7 drinks in, you're going to have to deal with that you that wakes up the next morning. You know when you have a really bad eating day and you wake up the next morning and you're always like, why did I do that? You're bloated. Maybe you have a headache. Maybe your tongue tastes funny. You're dehydrated. You feel completely frustrated. The guilt, the shame, all the emotions that come with it. You know when you wake up feeling that after you really blow your plan? That is the future self that you need to discuss with. So here's what I like to think. If you have you sitting right here, right now, me and you having this discussion, you're sitting there. There are 2 other people that you need to create a plan with. The you in the moment of the decision and the you waking up with the consequences of your decision. And the reason I like these 2 people is because it's 2 on 1. They are going to be looking out for your best interest at all times because they are the you that has to deal with the outcome of the choices you make. Who better to deal with that than the you that wants to be a better you? So in this discussion I had with this client, I said, you know what? I want you to picture for me right now. You are at your vacation. You are up in your hotel room and you're changing into your bathing suit because you are ready to go down to the beach. You catch yourself in the mirror just before, you throw on your little overdress. And you catch a glimpse of yourself in your bathing suit. What are you feeling? What are you seeing? Are you happy with what you saw? Are you accepting of the consequences of the decisions you have made up until your trip? Are you satisfied with the work you put in? Could you have done better? Or did you way exceed your expectations? So you need to put yourself into that future self. Anticipate what it might feel like if you follow through and what it might feel like if you fall off track and diddle-doddle and never hit your goals. I cannot tell you what a big difference this has made in my life, especially because I like to have my exception days on the weekends. If I go into the weekend without consulting with any of, my other selves, then it slips. You end up intending to eat one thing or intending to enjoy one thing, and you end up just fog eating. You're just trying to, mindlessly watch TV and eat, and it's no good. So without me deciding, okay, on Friday night, I'm only going to have this. When I wake up the next morning, I anticipate I'll be a little dehydrated. I understand I might, push a little hard at the gym next day. I'm anticipating those consequences. I'm talking with both versions of myself that have to experience the outcome of my decision. So I'd love for you guys to try that. I want you to leave me a comment below right now and let me know a decision that you have made ahead of time for this coming weekend. I'd love to hear about it. Leave your comment below and let's get this discussion going all about the 2 people that you need to have in your corner to make sure that you hit your goals. I am here for you to answer your questions. Let's hear it. What have you decided ahead of time for this weekend? We'll talk later.